The Alternative for Germany party is worried, as it's on the verge of being placed under surveillance by the government due to a suspected breach of the constitution. Yet it believes it's not them, but the government that's behaving undemocratically.
Dass es in einer Demokratie undenkbar ist.
It is unthinkable in a democracy that a government authority would put a party under surveillance and undermine it with intelligence methods. And this has been happening in Germany for decades.
The party is already being monitored in 3 federal states and has vowed to take legal action if it is implemented on a national level. And in a surprise U-turn, the openly anti-migrant party recently declared that it is a party for all Germans, no matter their ethnic background. It's also forced out the more radical members and dissolved its extreme right-wing branch, the so-called Flügel. Fearing this may not be enough, it last week filed an emergency complaint to avert state surveillance, to no avail.
Die Wählbarkeit.
They are just aiming to minimize the electability of an opposition party. The Federal Office for the Protection of the Constitution is systematically being used to prohibit opposition to established government.
In contrast to the party's victim narrative, officials have gathered more than 1,000 pages of evidence that the party is a threat to democratic order, including downplaying of the Nazi regime's crimes, persistent calls for a revolution, and hundreds of disparaging statements against minorities. For the AfD, a party-wide surveillance would not only mean the potential use of spycraft against it, including secret informants and wiretapping, but it would also be a huge blow for the party in Germany's super election year with upcoming state and national elections. The number of AfD party members has shrunk for the first time in 5 years, and a recent survey shows it's set to drop votes in this year's national elections. Analysts anticipate this pattern could now worsen.
There's a big difference for voters in either saying, I vote for a national conservative party, or instead, I vote for a party that's potentially anti-constitutional.
Many political commentators say a classification of the AfD as a suspicious entity would be a step in the right direction in the fight against right-wing extremism. They warn that it's not only the authorities' task to monitor the party, but it's also for society as a whole to exclude the AfD and its radical ideologies to protect democracy. Sibel Karkus, TRT World, Berlin.